Alright, this is Planning for Learning Assessment Task 9, Project 6, Promoting Creativity. So this assessment is where you get an opportunity to make a PowerPoint presentation. Your PowerPoint presentation is going to be targeting Certificate 3 trainees, and the presentation has to be called Promoting Creativity. So in other words, it's a PowerPoint that is for trainees, so Certificate 3 trainees, and it's going to be really teaching them and providing them with knowledge about creativity in the environment with children and how we as educators can promote children to have creativity or have those opportunities. So there are a few assessment areas or a few points that you need to make sure that you cover. So it's really important that you read thoroughly these dot points here because they're very important in what needs to be in the PowerPoint presentation. So it's no more than 20 slides. We want to make sure that the PowerPoint isn't going for too long. We also want to make sure that you're using photos and you're using visuals and you're keeping the words to a minimum. So we want you to have lots of visuals and lots of pictures representing what it is you want the educators to be doing. You can include a voiceover, however, most of the time students would rather go with the verbal presentation or putting information into the notes section of their PowerPoint. And so you'll see here that that's a must. So you must include a verbal presentation in the notes section of the PowerPoint. You also have to include a group exercise or a way of reinforcing a particular point, such as product versus process art. So not only do you have to have the PowerPoint, you also need to demonstrate a group experience or exercise you could get those trainees to do when you're presenting your PowerPoint. And it's really important that you have a reference page. So do your reference page as you go. Don't leave it till the end. The reference page obviously has to include anywhere you've got your information from. And of course also your images. So think about where you're getting your images from and how you're going to reference those. Now you can reference all the way through, or if you reference on a slide at the end, that's acceptable. So that's sort of a setup on what needs to be included in the presentation of it, but also you need to address all of these areas from A to E. So you may want to start from the start and go all the way to the end, or your PowerPoint presentation might mix these up, and that's up to what you think would work. But you do need to describe what creativity is in relation to early childhood. You also have to explore the difference between product and process creativity. You also have to explore the physical environment. So this can include open-ended materials and loose parts, and how the physical environment supports creativity. So how the classroom and how the way it's set up is supporting the creativity of the children. You also describe what your role as an educator. So that might be your role in actually setting up experiences or resources, but also what's your role when it comes to engaging with children or encouraging children when they are engaging in a creative experience. We also want to see examples of creativity. We want you to give us examples of indoor and outdoor creativity. We want you to give us examples of music and movement creativity, dramatic play creativity, and visual arts. Really good way of doing that is, of course, with your verbal presentation, but also with your images. So having that there too. And it does say you have to address all of the areas. So the best way also to do this is once you've completed your PowerPoint to actually present that to the group of students. And of course they're not actually Certificate 3 trainees, but we can definitely use them as a cohort. So once you've completed that PowerPoint, you have to upload that PowerPoint. You can save that to your desktop and upload that. So your trainer will assess you on your actual PowerPoint, but also your presentation.